Flight A-27, The Plane That Vanished, Part 2. The mysterious transmission shocked investigators around the world. After years of silence, the words "we are still here" had brought Flight A-27 back into the spotlight. But the biggest question remained unanswered. Who sent the message? And where did it come from? A special investigation team was formed to analyze the signal. Using advanced technology, experts traced the transmission to a remote area of the Atlantic Ocean. It was nearly 800 miles away from the aircraft's last known position. The location made no sense. If the plane had crashed, how could a signal originate so far away? Still, the discovery was important enough to launch a new search mission. Several research vessels were sent to the coordinates. For days, they scanned the ocean floor using sonar equipment. At first, they found nothing unusual. Then on the sixth day, a strange object appeared on the sonar screens. It was large, metallic, and buried deep beneath the ocean floor. The team immediately deployed an underwater drone. As the drone descended into the darkness, everyone watched the live video feed. The water became colder and darker. Visibility was almost zero. Then suddenly, something appeared, a section of an aircraft wing. The investigators couldn't believe their eyes. For the first time in years, physical evidence linked to Flight A-27 had finally been found. The discovery made international headlines. Recovery teams worked around the clock. More wreckage was located scattered across the ocean floor. Pieces of the fuselage, parts of the landing gear, fragments of passenger seats. Yet something about the wreckage seemed strange. The damage patterns didn't match a normal crash. Some sections appeared almost untouched. Others looked as if they had been exposed to extreme heat. Experts struggled to explain it. As investigators continued searching the wreckage, they discovered something even more surprising. One of the aircraft's emergency data storage units had survived. The device was badly damaged but not completely destroyed. Engineers spent months attempting to recover its contents. Finally, they succeeded. The recovered data revealed the aircraft's final moments. At first, everything looked normal. The pilots were discussing weather conditions. The aircraft systems were functioning correctly. Then a warning alarm suddenly activated. Several navigation instruments began failing at the same time. The captain sounded confused. He reported seeing unusual readings on multiple displays. Moments later, the cockpit recording captured something unexpected. The first officer asked a question. "Captain, do you see that?" There was a brief pause, then the captain responded, "That's impossible." The recording ended only seconds later. Investigators listened to the audio hundreds of times, but nobody knew what the pilots had seen. No explanation was recorded. No visual evidence existed. Only those final mysterious words. The discovery created more questions than answers. Then another clue emerged. Researchers examining satellite archives from the night of the disappearance found an unusual anomaly. A bright flash had been recorded near the aircraft's location. The flash lasted less than 2 seconds. Too short to identify. Too unusual to ignore. Some scientists believed it was lightning. Others disagreed. The event didn't match any known weather pattern. Conspiracy theories quickly spread online. Some claimed the aircraft had entered a secret military zone. Others suggested experimental technology was involved. A few even believed the plane had encountered something beyond human understanding. Investigators rejected most of these theories. They focused only on facts. Yet even the facts seemed impossible to explain. Then came the final discovery. Deep inside the recovered wreckage, technicians found a damaged digital recorder. Most of its files were corrupted. Only one short video clip remained. The footage lasted just 8 seconds. It showed frightened passengers looking out the aircraft windows. Several people appeared to be pointing at something outside, but the image quality was terrible. The object could not be identified. As the camera moved toward the window, the video suddenly ended. To this day, nobody knows what the passengers were looking at. The mystery of Flight A-27 remains unsolved. Investigators recovered wreckage. They recovered recordings. They recovered clues. But they never recovered the truth. What happened during those final moments? Why was the strange message transmitted years later? And what did the pilots see before the recording ended? Perhaps someday the answers will be found. Until then, Flight A-27 remains one of the most chilling aviation mysteries ever recorded. The mystery may be buried beneath the ocean, but it has never truly disappeared. The end.